I've known this for a long time, but I think everybody else is just now starting to get hip to it. All these models and these baddies, Instagram baddies, even before Instagram, always out on vacation, always out at parties, popping bottles, and now look, the Diddy case comes out. I'm not saying all of them is like that, but I'm going to say 99% of them are like that. I remember when I was modeling, there was a certain white girl who used to be around, and she was pretty, but her nose was always in the air, bro. And she's from Chicago. She's from the fucking suburbs, like Rockford or some shit. But she's a really pretty girl. She was cool, but her nose, she would be kind of cocky. And then she got cockier and cockier as time went on. Next thing you know, I ended up seeing Shorty out a couple times. We speak or whatnot, but like online, she didn't know who the fuck I was. We followed each other, so we're mutual, just to have her a high account, following count. And she followed me back, but like online, if I were to comment something, she wouldn't comment back to my shit, but other people's shit, she would. Cool. At the end of the day, online, I would see her always in like Turks and Caicos or, the Maldives or something. She's like, I remember I ran into her in person and I was like, damn girl, you even in the country? She's like, oh, I'm here for 2 weeks and I fly back out on vacation. Whole time I found out she was doing 304 work. She was an escort. Which ain't nothing wrong with that. But you're not a model. This is why I have an issue when they be like, you should model. And I be like, I don't want to sleep with some creepy dude to get put on. Because she was in a couple little magazines, not like Vogue or nothing like that, but I'm not knocking what she did. She was in a couple little magazines and whatnot, but what she really was doing was busting it open. And then she was bringing her friend along too, of course. And they probably both was busting it open to get put on or to get a vacation or whatever. So when people be like, oh my God, you're so pretty, you should model. That's the reason why I be like, no. I don't want to sleep with nobody to get put on or for a vacation or for bills or rent. I don't. No. But yeah, baby, don't let these bitches out here fool you. Don't think that, oh, I'm pretty, I could get put on. No, you gonna get touched on. You gonna get touched on. If you want to get touched on, you can get put on. But that's just how Hollywood.
But see, here's the thing. I don't think it's just Hollywood. I think it's across the board. And this is why I don't believe in any of that Me Too movement or people that was going after people that's high up in the industry from years ago and stuff like that. Because I believe that they knew what they was doing. And women been selling box or selling themselves in order to get put on, whether it be music, whether it be movies, whether it just be clout chasing and all of that. They chasing the fame, they chasing the parties. And even with the Diddy thing, basically the girl was saying that she was selling herself, and that's what she do for a living in order to make sure that she don't have to live or go to work every single day. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. What's wrong with a job? I thought that that's what y'all was fighting for. I thought that that's what equal and feminism and all of that stuff, I thought that that was for y'all to be able to go out and compete with and do some of the same things as men. But what I see is that more women are selling box online and selling the perspective of what box is online more than ever before, whether you're talking about OF or whether you just going to Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like 304 movement, like they calling themselves that. I remember it was a time where you couldn't, you know what I'm saying? It was looked at as, dang, who you calling? Remember Queen Latifah? Who you calling to be? UNITY. Like, you remember that? No, yeah, that's a little bit before your time. Don't worry about it. 80s babies, 90s made me, so I'm familiar with all aspects of hip hop. But my point is that it used to be like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was looked at as just a term. Now, not only is it not even a big deal, women look at that as a form of endearment, similar to the N word. They don't mind, hey, big, like that just be the end of it. And it's like, okay, cool. Now they label themselves as hoe workers. They don't say hoe, they say 304, which we all know. If you had a pager back in the day, then that's how you identified, how you would call somebody a 304. Wasn't no text messages, wasn't none of that. You just typed in a number, 304 meant certain things. Everything meant certain things. That's how you got around and did what you need to do. But my point is that when I look at a chick online, right, and this is since the beginning of the, you know what I'm saying, the whole social media movement. When I seen a chick when I seen the whole thing start to pop off and they was calling themselves IG baddies or IG models and all of that stuff, man, if you just now or even recently within the last few years just started to figure out that these chicks been getting slutted out so that they can try to maintain a lifestyle and the stuff that they was doing. And let's be clear, they ain't under duress. They willingly going. They living the life. They the rock, want to live the rock star lifestyle, want to be around and attached to certain dudes. A lot of these chicks, and let's say something else, because I think that the growing narrative is that a lot of these women is, you know what I'm saying, they getting their bills paid and all of that. And it's some of them, a lot of them are, or some of them is getting subsidized slightly, but most of them ain't. They just busting it down for the clout. They just doing it for the pictures. They doing it for the visibility. They doing it for some more followers on Instagram. And Instagram, to me, for most people, is nothing but a communication tool so that they can date each other without the swipe left, swipe right. The more followers you get, the more clout you have. The more clout you have, the more you're going to start to polish your image and your pictures and all of that. And then you're going to be basically posing so that you can entice. If you're a woman, you're going to be enticing people to send you that message so that you can then be busting it down for a real one. And there is nothing more enticing from women than the possibility of busting it down for a real one while at the same time getting paid for it. They are high end, back page, um, promiscuous people. Let's put it like that. I'm gonna keep it PG-13 on this. High end, back end, IG promiscuous people. They not hiding it no more. Y'all dudes are so thirsty. Y'all be all in their comments thinking that they paying attention to y'all. Man, they looking for a certain dude with a certain level of profile that is going to come. They not gonna not reach out to him. And a lot of the dudes, once they find out that the chick is attached to a certain dude, they gonna be on them even more because for whatever reason they like to bust it down right after the other person. And I don't know if it's just for clout or competition or what, but it's sickening. It is sickening. It's nasty. It's wild. It's sickening. We don't even really know how to separate it anymore. There is no difference between a regular chick or this chick. If I was a dude that was looking for a chick, or if I was vetting for a woman, I wouldn't even really consider a woman that had above a certain level of following unless you're just doing it for clout. Unless it's on some connection type shit, on some like content creation. If you're a bigger content creator or you somebody in that same space, I wouldn't even take it into consideration. I would be more or less like dealing with chicks that have a way lower profile. Maybe she don't not even on social media like that or in the first place, or she got a little bit of followers, and most of the time she in a regular ass town that ain't got a whole lot of motion, and the only motion that she can get is friends and family saying, "Oh, that's dope," and you see the same people in their profile pictures or in her posts, just you know what I'm saying the same thing. Get you a little obscure chick that's out the way, man. All of these chicks that call themselves IG models, man, they doing some of the wildest shit ever. The chick with the Diddy trial, I don't remember. My homegirl was telling me how much she was saying that she was getting from Diddy. And then she said that she was jealous because Young Miami was getting way more. Young Miami was giving up her whole career so that she can bust it down for a real one. Crazy, right? Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I always like to give credit to the content creator, so that'll also be down in the description. And then make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. We're doing some really great things in the Patreon. It's awesome. It's good energy with good people that's going in the direction that you're going in, so that you don't have to bust it down for a real one. And you ain't got to work too hard to be able to level up so you can get this information. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.